Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only Dawg Knight.
Oh, holy hell. I almost made it here on time today. CPT is just too damn strong. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as Dawg Knight on the internet. And welcome back to the Dawg Knight Channel, where, what the hell was that? I got told yesterday that I sound like Tony Robbins. I thought it was hilarious. I was on the phone. Well, I wasn't on the phone. I was on this. I use, I use that one of those internet phone line thingy bobbers, talking to somebody about some travel that I want to be doing next year because we're going to go to a wedding in Spain, and that's what a logistical nightmare that is. But it's going to be freaking cool too. But I was on the phone talking to this, travel agent type to see if I could get a better deal than we could find in Priceline, and she was like, you sound like that guy. You sound like that guy. And I'm like, what guy? She's trying to think of it. She goes, that guy that was in Shallow Hal. And I'm thinking, Jack Black? I don't sound like Jack Black. No. Not him. The guy that was the guy who did something or whatever, and he was giving Jack advice, whatever. And I'm like, who the hell is she talking about? And so as I'm on the computer here, I'm clicked up and look up Shallow Hal, and I'm looking through the cast, and I'm like, oh, you mean Anthony Robbins, Tony Robbins, the self-help guy guru? And he's like, yeah, that's it. So now, within a week, I've been told I sound like Anthony Robbins, Tony Robbins, and that I look like Jason Momoa, but not, more like I could be his dad. I guess I'm having a good week, aren't I? So anyway, I just thought it was hilarious. Anyway, today we're going to just watch some funny shit. Okay. I'm going to go through the trending stuff really quickly, and then we're going to watch Donald Trump at the Al Smith dinner and Kamala Harris's contribution to the Al Smith dinner. I'm going to warn you though, one of the two didn't quite get the assignment of the Al Smith dinner. And so we're going to, I'm telling you, oh my God. And we'll watch a couple other things from that too, because they did not hold back. And I don't know, the way that the clips from this are going viral, it can only help Trump, especially with men. I don't know. I don't know what she was thinking. She didn't actually go to dinner. She just taped something and put it in. And I can tell you why she didn't go. I'll tell you that later. I promise. I know exactly why her handler said, oh no, you cannot do this. And you probably could figure it out without even, if you just thought about it for a second, why they didn't let her do this. Because, well, I'll tell you later. I'm telling you later. Because first, I got to say hi to everybody. But I got to get the show on the road because I'm a little bit later than I wanted to be. I thought I could do this in the normal amount of time. So here we go. First in chat, of course, is Mr. Avocados Diablo, who gets the bell. Also, good morning, JB. You were so close. I mean, it was like boom, boom. And then Kara Soldier, Trippy Liberty. What's up, my brother? Good morning, Lord Stanhope. Somnambul Nation. Thank you for tweeting out the show. I appreciate it. Attack Alpacas in the house. I said Kara Soldier. Who else is down here? My other favorite Canadian, Unacceptable Views. Good morning also to... is there anybody else here? Oh, Saint Fugi. What's up, man? It's been a while. Nice to have you in the chat. I love it. And then now I just and also, by the way, it is Friday Q&A. I already have the Q&A box up there. So if you got, bring your questions, ask me anything. In this show, as you know, means ask me anything. And we have our first donor day. Thank you, JB, dropping what's the name of the chick on the Canadian $5 bill? Anyway, dropping a 5-spot Canadian, who says, I learned brown is not a real color, LOL. It is, in fact, orange. Sorry, dude. Are you saying I'm orange? What? Oh, so like I work for UPS. Oh, see what orange can do for you? But you know what? You're right, because the darker orange you get, it turns brown, doesn't it? So, okay. But where did that come from? What are you talking? Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it though. And I got the notifications right. That's good. Oh no, I didn't. I didn't. Why do my custom notifications come off as wrong? Let me fix that right now. But that one worked. I don't know why the other ones don't default to that though. To the ones I want to use. Maybe that's my default for the YouTube stuff. That's really weird. I don't know. Anyway, well, thank you very much. I appreciate you dropping $5 Canadian, which is, I think, $3.72 American, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, good morning, Shrapnel. I see you just rolled in. Anyone else roll in? No, that's it. There's not that many people here. What's going on? Well, 17. That's not a bad start. But anyway. Oh, no, it's 410. It's 410. Canadian 5 is 410 American. I always joke because it used to be like a long time. It's like you do something in Canadian dollars and it was like the Canadian dollar was like 70 or 31 cents. And I'm like, well, maybe this exchange rate was weird. But, you know, Canadian dollar has gotten stronger and stronger over the years. Although I saw somebody posted someone buying a family pack of chicken drumsticks in Canada. And the price tag on it was $53. And I was thinking, holy balls, man, that's a lot. Even a Canadian, $53 for a family, like a pack. It's like maybe there might have been 12 drumsticks in the pack. And it was $53. I was like, what the holy Molotov cocktail balls or something, you know? I don't know what that meant. Fireballs? Fireball. So anyway, anyone can print a price tag. Well, I don't know. They were in the store and they were picking it out of the, they had their phone going, what the fuck is this shit? So anyway, I relabel all my groceries. Oh, do you? Well, I see what you're saying. You can relabel your groceries. You could do that too. I don't know if the UPC code would work though. Is that what it's called? UPC code? You know, the scanning code, whatever. All right, let's get into something more interesting than me babbling about groceries. I'm like I said, I'm gonna go through these trending topics really quickly because I want to watch Donald Trump's Al Smith dinner speech. It's hilarious, and then also I want to watch Kamala Harris's Al Smith presentation because it's hilarious too for different reasons. And then we'll see if we get to Q&A, and that's really all we're doing today is Q&A and those two things. So, JB, another $5 Canadian. You are awesome. Thank you. Who says, I can also explain the food thing. Things are expensive up north. Most Canadians live near the U.S. border. It must have been super rural. It must have been a super rural place. It may have been, but it was, well, I don't know. It was a rural place that had a grocery store, but I suppose rural places have grocery stores too. I've been out in the rural areas of Minnesota. They have grocery stores. But yeah, it is. By the way, today, speaking of groceries and things that are necessities, today's coffee is brought to you by I'm Johnny Cash. The Johnny Cash Cup of Sun Records. This is his I Walk the Line Sun Records record label cup that my lovely bride, Lady Boomer, brought to me from Nashville when she was there a couple weeks ago. And it's already one of my favorite cups just because it has this really cool little guitar handle on it. I mean, that's freaking cool. Although it's kind of hard to hold. You can only hold it with two fingers. Well, you got to put two fingers in and a couple around and it'll make it stay steady. But it is, the coffee is delicious. So there you go. Good morning, Green Badger Outdoors. All right, let's get into the trending topics today. Why is this frozen? Oh, because it's not in play. Okay, I got it. Okay. Trending topics. Like I said, I'm going through these fast. Judge Chutkan is trending. And that is because Judge Chutkan in the January 6th case, what's his face? Jack Smith. Oh, that didn't work. What the hell? Well, what the bloody hell is going on here? All right, let me fix that real quick. Okay, let's see. Does this work? There we go. Perfect. Judge Chutkan, she is the January 6th case. Apparently she is going to be, what the hell's that? Oh, that's from the other thing. She's going to be performing some election interference, apparently. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to link Robert Gouveia on X. Does really good breakdowns of these types of things, legal things that are going on, especially with the Donald Trump stuff. So I'm going to have a separate link for that. But anyway, to make a long story short, oh, what the hell happened there? Okay, she is going to. This is amazing. First of all, let me go through this one. Judge China Chutkin blocks the Trump team's attempt to get classified records in the January case, aka discovery. She's blocking discovery to the Trump team. The D.C. Circuit Judge also appeared to shield records on General Milley's concession that Donald Trump did seek enhanced security for the 2020 election certification. In a footnote in the legal document, it notes, quote, defendant argues that he is entitled to additional classified records based on a statement General Milley made to the committee offering to disclose additional classified records, but defendant proffers no evidence that the committee ever received those records, much less that the special counsel's office had access to them or that those records would be material in this case. Really? However, Judge Chutkin did authorize a search for specific records pertaining to Donald Trump's security meeting with General Mark Milley and former Secretary of Defense Christopher Miller. Quote, as noted, there is one exception. Defendant cites public report that concludes General Milley's recollection of a meeting he had a few days before January 6th with defendant and the acting Secretary of Defense Christopher Miller. According to the report, the meeting's primary topic was unrelated to the scheduled rally. But at the end of the meeting, the president told Mr. Miller that there would be a large number of protesters on January 6, 2021, that Mr. Miller should ensure sufficient National Guard or soldiers would be there to make sure that it was a safe event. Mr. Miller responded, we've got a plan and we've got it covered. Turns out the Pentagon did have a plan, but that plan wasn't to secure the Capitol on January 6th. Accordingly, the court will order the government to search for and produce additional records within its possession concerning information about security measures that was conveyed to the defendant during his meeting with General Milley and acting Secretary Miller. The J6 judge rejected most of Trump's legal team's demand for exculpatory evidence on the basis that its requests were speculative and placed the burden on the defense to prove Brady Rule violations. Isn't that what defense does? Defendants contend that the government has failed to comply with its discovery obligations under Brady and Rule 16, the lawsuit states. The judge further bats down the Trump legal team's request on the basis that 5 of the 14 categories of information defendant seeks to specifically request discrete identified documents. Specifically request discrete identified documents. So it's discovery. Ooh. The remaining 9 categories are generic requests for all information or evidence relating to certain topics. As explained below, defendant only has carried his burden within the respect of a small portion of the information he seeks. For most of it, he has proffered only speculation that a search will yield material, non-cumulative information. Chutkin subsequently shoots down requests for the following types of information. Now, here's the types of information she shoots down. 2016 Election Intelligent Community Assessment. 2020 election DOJ DHS report, DNI records, Jenks Act material, J6 responsibility statements, J6 select committee, CIA records, and feds working on the Capitol on January 6th. She has not allowed any of those things. The production of these classified documents could further confirm Trump's desire to enhance Capitol security for the election certification, which would prove to be another massive blow to the media's J6 narrative. So she doesn't want that, especially before the election. Now, the other part of this, though, Judge Chutkin also blocked okay, we already talked about that. More blatant lawfare in the election interference by Biden, Kamala's Jack Smith, and D.C. Obama Judge China Chutkin. They are publicly dumping a one-sided political narrative tomorrow with the election less than 3 weeks away, after waiting nearly 3 years to bring bogus charges. So they're gonna make public a bunch of the items in this trial that are only from the prosecution side. You can read more. There's all kinds of tweets about it, so it's there in the links. Also, as I said, listen to Robert Gouveia. Here he is. Judge Chuggan blocked President Trump from accessing key discovery necessary to defend himself in the J6 case. And that seems to be a theme among all of these judges in all of these cases where they block the Trump's lawyers from doing this stuff. You know, the things that would, be exculpatory or whatever in any of these cases. They always block anything that Trump people want to do, but give the prosecutors incredible leeway on what they're allowed to do. And it's, the idea that that's not election interference. What's a good word for that? Let's see. Do I even have one for that? I probably don't. Here. It's this.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb.
So anyway, moving on. St. Luke is trending because it is the feast of St. Luke today. Another one of those Catholic holidays that I am not a Catholic, but I like to, I'm fascinated by the Catholic holidays. So St. Luke, a physician, became an evangelist who proclaimed God's love, especially for the poor and the sick. Entrust your spiritual and bodily ailments to the Lord, the divine physician, and with his trust and power to heal our wounds. Also pray today for all in the medical profession. So, in other words, the Lord gave us doctors, and the doctors, should be able to figure some shit out for you. So anyway, so if you're Catholic, happy feast of St. Luke. Moving on, Michael Cohen is trending again, this dickhead. Mainly because of this silly statement. Listen to Michael Cohen, this dickhead. He is a piece of work. Listen to this. Michael Cohen trained as a lawyer, and he says something like this.
If in fact Trump wins and he does exactly what he says he's going to do, rewrite the Constitution, and he's going to destroy our tripartite system, get rid of the judiciary and get rid of the Congress.
Mike Schmidt, my husband, wrote a story.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb.
If Donald Trump gets into the office, he will rewrite the Constitution and get rid of Congress, get rid of the House of Representatives. How? How, Michael? How will he do that? What power under our current system would give Donald Trump the power to do that? And she sits there listening to him like he's an authority. This guy, oh my God, he's stupid.
Congress.
Mike Schmidt, my husband, wrote a story about all of the people that he already used the Department of Justice against.
Mike Schmidt's an idiot too, then. Donald Trump used the Department of Justice against?
Making the same point you are. The reporting tells the same story
How?
that you're telling, that when Trump talks about targeting the enemy within, it is something he already did.
How?
He pursued Jim Comey. He pursued...
And what did we find out about Jim Comey? Jim Comey lied.
Andy McCabe.
Andrew McCabe lied under oath.
Pursued and jailed you.
Michael Cohen confessed to perjury. You're what? Michael Cohen pled guilty to perjury. And how did... He pled... Oh my God. Now, granted, I know that pleading guilty sometimes is the safest way to go because they're going to go after you. And I understand that. Pleading guilty just doesn't necessarily mean you guilty. Yeah, his confession was a lie. Oh my God.
When you hear the vice president make this argument, I know you would like that extra point to be made, that it's not a hypothetical. It's absolutely hypothetical,
Because he has no means to change the Constitution by himself. Our Constitution is written so that he can't do that. You're a fucking moron. Oh, God,
can you tell people what it's like to be an American citizen?
What is it like? How did you feel?
And have your own government at Trump's direction pursue you?
You mean the thing he pled guilty to? Oh my God, this is a perfect freeze frame for this asshole. Oh my God.
Words to describe it. I can't believe that this is
you
the
pled
America
guilty.
that we're talking about. This is something
you pled guilty
in Russia. This is
you
something
pled guilty
in Saudi Arabia.
You pled guilty
in North Korea.
You
in
pled
China.
guilty
You don't see this
you pled
in
guilty.
the United States of America. But guess what?
You pled guilty.
We do. And
you
that's
pled guilty.
The type of government
you
that
admitted
this
you
man
lied.
Is run.
You knew you lied.
When he turns around and says
it.
he wants loyalty oaths taken and given to him by every single person in his administration. There will be no guardrails. So, yes,
no guardrails.
I want to see the vice president in the last 18, 19 days of this election. Take it home.
How is he going to change the Constitution, you fucking moron? That's why Michael Cohen's trending. Fuck him. Moving on. Snoop is trending. Apparently, Snoop has gone from loving Trump to hating Trump. Hating Trump, loving Trump, to hating Trump to loving Trump. Now he's back to hating Trump, apparently. Now this is actually, apparently this is from 2018, but lots of people are posting this all of a sudden because the Harris campaign posted this. So the Harris campaign right here, Kamala wins. Snoop Dogg just ripped Donald Trump to threads, retweet to make sure everyone sees it. So here's him talking about Donald Trump in 2018.
All right, politics real quick. Now, we all hate... I apologize. Nah, I really don't apologize, man, because a lot of my fans get mad at me when I talk bad about him, but I think it's safe to say most people in our culture do not rock
you need
with
to know
Donald
that you need to know that a lot of your fans is racist. Ain't no
See,
fucking way around. Don't even try to put no.
I don't even want to put anything around
I
it.
do. I don't give a fuck. I tell them straight.
Okay,
up,
this is from 2018,
you like that nigga,
right?
You motherfucking racist. Fuck you and fuck him. Now what?
All right.
2018, the Harris campaign put this up.
He drew the motherfucking lines. Before him, there were no lines. Everybody was everybody. We respected everything. We didn't trip. But nigga, when you drew the line, nigga, start pointing motherfuckers out and saying, nigga, fuck y'all then, nigga.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
You ain't.
Now remember, this is the same Snoop Dogg who was very chummy with Donald Trump for a long time. Let's see if we can find a picture of him being chummy with Donald Trump. Yeah, remember this picture, Snoop? Remember this? That's you, isn't it? That looks like Snoop Dogg. I gotta say, it looks very much like him. Now, it's funny they put out this clip from 2018 because here it is. Snoop Dogg went from having nothing but love or respect for Donald Trump to every MAGA supporter is a racist. If you find the nigga, blah, 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 blah. They drew the lines before him, blah, blah, blah. But then... Where is it?
Fucking where in the world y'all can vote for Donald Trump?
Okay, that's a different one. Where's the one? There's one right here. This is the one. This was 52 years ago. Snoop Dogg, I have nothing but love and respect for Donald Trump. Sunny Times, January 28th, 2024. This is 2024. He has nothing but love and respect for Donald Trump. This dude got to make up his mind. But yeah, that that bullshit from 2018 that they put up. I don't know. I don't care what Snoop. It's like I don't care what Ariana Grande thinks about Donald Trump. I don't care if fucking Robert De Niro says it. I don't care. You know what? I don't look to none of you as my thought leaders. And I don't, even if it's someone like who likes Donald Trump, if it's Kevin Sorbo or, Rob Lowe or anyone else, I don't care. I make up my own fucking opinions. I'm not starstruck. I love your art, but I don't give a shit about your politics. If you're right, I'll say so. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I don't care. So anyway, good morning. Sydney Bishop, what's up? How you doing, honey? And also, amazing disgrace. How sweet it is to have you in the chat. And Shrapnel's in the house. What up? Like to see you. So anyway, Snoop's trending because of the Kamala campaign putting up a 2018 clip. That's hilarious. Mark Anthony's also, here's another celebrity. Oh, Mark Anthony's trending because, oh my God, he said, Anna Navarro thinks he said something so smart. So let's see what Mark Anthony says. When was the last time you heard anything from Mark Anthony? Like after he and J-Lo got divorced, and he had his one song. I mean, he's very popular in what's that genre? Latin genre? Not samba. What? He's in some genre, but he had one hit song on the pop charts too. So, okay, Mark Anthony. Let's hear what Mark Anthony has to say.
This is Mark Anthony.
Hi, Mark Anthony.
Even though some have forgotten.
Forgotten what?
What it was like when Trump was president.
What? How was it, Mark Anthony? What do you? Yeah, you mean when gas prices were lower and inflation was almost non-existent, and the border was secure and businesses thrived, and I got my taxes lowered even though I'm not a billionaire. Yeah, I remember. But nobody remembers you, Mark. Salsa. Oh, yeah, he's still popular as a salsa singer. And he's very talented. I'm not knocking his talent. Again, he's a celebrity. I like his music, even the stuff that I don't understand what he's saying. But this shit, I remember what, Mark? Tell me.
I remember what he did and he said about Puerto Rico.
What did he say about Puerto Rico when he went down? You mean when he went down there and was, among the people and the people loved him after the hurricane? What did he say about Puerto Rico? You lovely island of tropical breezes.
About our people. I remember after Hurricane Maria devastated our island.
Yeah.
Trump blocked billions.
Bullshit! Blocked billions of relief? You mean all that shit that the people were stealing and keeping in warehouses? Do you remember that, Mark Anthony?
In relief while thousands died.
Nonsense. Fucking nonsense.
I remember when our families lacked clean water and electricity, Trump threw paper towels.
So what? Oh my God. Oh my God. You're going to go back to this paper towel thing. You don't think that the government was helping? And you did all the fucking shit in the warehouses that the people who took the relief stole? Hi, Mrs. Hayes. What's up? I saw Mark Anthony waking through Taj Mahal poker room with Trump about 2 decades ago. They were hanging out. Oh my goodness, really? That's funny.
Called Puerto Rico dirty and poor. I was not surprised because I also remember.
Yeah, it's funny how you, Mr. Millionaire salsa singer, where were you? Were you down there? Maybe you were. I don't know. But the federal government sure helped Puerto Rico, and Donald Trump went to Puerto Rico.
Remember that he launched his campaign by calling Latinos criminals and rapists.
There they go with that lie again. That's not what he said. He did not say Latinos were criminals and rapists. He said that the governments from the countries where these migrants were coming from were sending criminals and rapists. And now that has been confirmed. That has been confirmed. Wow, this is a lie.
He told us what he'll do. He'll separate children from their families and...
Oh my God. Do you see the picture on your screen right here? Do you see this shit right here? This little girl right here? This little girl, during this encounter, continued to cross the border with her mother. They were never separated. This girl was never separated from her mother. And they're still using this bullshit. And guess what? They did separate some children from the adults they came there with. Why? Because they weren't related to the adult they were there with. They also separated some children from the parents who were criminals and were put in jail. You can't put children in a jail with adults, can you? But how about the over 300,000 children that are missing now because of the Biden-Harris administration? And you motherfucker, I can't believe you pulled this shit up. I should have never watched this. I should have never watched this. This little girl was never separated from her mother. Complete and utter lie.
Threatened to use the army to do it. This election goes way beyond.
You are
political
lying
parties.
your ass off, or you're just stupid, or you just believe everything you hear, or you didn't hear the rest of the story. I'm Paul Harvey. This is the news. This is the rest of the story. You didn't hear the rest of the story there, Mark. And you put up a picture of a little girl who was never separated from her mother. Wow. Wow. That is some straight bullshit.
Let's remember what the United States represents and stands for. United.
Lying.
Regardless of where we're from. I am Mark Anthony, and I remember. That's why I support Kamala Harris for president.
Yeah, don't care. Okay, that's great. That's great. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. I mean, that's embarrassing. And all these people just out here praising Mark Anthony. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Okay, moving on. Tyrus has trended. The dude from the Greg Gutfield show apparently is going to have an interview with Donald Trump for Outkick. Donald Trump's doing a pretty big interview circuit. Obviously, Outkick is going to be more geared towards the male voters, sports outlet. He was on Fox and Friend this morning. I didn't watch it, but let's see. Someone here says, this morning Trump appears on Fox and Friend promising a 50% deduction in fuel bills through increased production and competition. I'm in. That'll be interesting because the production's high right now, but only on certain types of products. And so it's interesting because oh wow, here we go. Thank you. Speaking of Puerto Rico, Reaccion Puerto Rico's in the house. Mark Anthony is one of the biggest clowns out there. The paper towel hoax continues. Yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Good morning, Roasted Opinions also. I see you there. So anyway, he was on Fox and Friend this morning. Now, he got one. I'm going to pull up one of the criticisms Kamala Harris put out here. It's wild to hear Brian Kilmeade sarcastically say, we have a new history. This is America built off the backs of slaves on stolen land, as if teaching that would be some valid, wild, indoctrinating idea when that's literally what happened. Well, you know, yes, the teaching of American history is now the shaming of America pretty much among teachers. And, you know, as far as the history of the world, it's not a whole lot different than the history of the world. What do we do from here out is what I always say. You know, you can slap yourself on the back with a wet noodle, or you can try to figure out how you're going to continue to make the world better. But Kilmeade's also trending because of this Al Smith dinner, and that's what we're going to now, because I'm way beyond the amount of time I wanted to use for trending topics. So let's talk about the Al Smith dinner. Now, a few things trending because of it. Al Smith dinner, Catholic Charities is trending. Jim Gaffigan's trending because he was, I believe, the host of the Al Smith dinner. And what's the other one? And Cardinal Dolan is trending. So these are people. The Cardinal Dolan is, I believe, Senator Schumer, Cardinal Dolan, watching Harris. Okay. He's the cardinal of the New York, whatever, Catholic peoples. But the Donald Trump, holy shit, he did not hold back at all. And what's interesting about this dinner, by the way, the Al Smith dinner is a huge fundraiser every election year, which I think is every year, but on especially presidential election years, it's a tradition over I don't know how many years that the candidates for president show up and they go on stage and tell jokes, sometimes self-deprecating humor, sometimes barbs at each other. And it's a lighthearted, fun event. All these people are there from New York, and all the Republicans and Democrats and, you know, cats and dogs sleeping together and shit. It's all like a big laugh-a-thon, but it can get a little harsh, right? And then they usually have a comedian celebrity start the show, which this year was Jim Gaffigan. And Jim Gaffigan just lost all future comedy specials on Netflix. Yeah, he was let me just see if I can get a full on Jim Gaffigan quote here. A lot of people are playing the same 24 seconds. He ripped into Kamala Harris during his monologue. And I'm going to show you just a piece of that real quick, and then we're going to move on to Trump's, and then we're going to move on to what Kamala Harris's contribution to this. Here's Jim Gaffigan. I think this is the right clip. Let's see.
The media has begun discussing the phenomena of secret Trump voters. I don't know if you've heard about this. People who publicly say they would never vote for Trump, but then when they go in the voting booth, they do. It's a small group. They're called the Biden family.
Now notice, even Chuck Schumer laughed at that one. Chuck Schumer's right here next to Cardinal Dolan. This is that? I don't know who that is. That looks like Ed, what's his face? Here's, who's else is here? Is that Martha Stewart? I don't know. There's Michael Bloomberg. Trump's over here to the left, to Cardinal Dolan's left. That was funny. That was funny. Yeah, the Cardinal does look kind of drunk. Also, here he rips. Here's the 2 minutes I want you to see though, where he rips into Kamala Harris. This is amazing. So here's Jim Gaffigan, the host, and you know what? Here's what's funny about this. About 3 years ago, I think Jim Gaffigan was still one of these fuck Trump guys. He's an asshole. These are threats to democracy, blah, 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 blah. And then he went on to Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan they had a conversation about January 6th where Joe Rogan's like, well, you know, we know that there's FBI assets. You know that there's some instigators and all this and stuff. They're having this discussion about January 6th, and the light goes on in Jim Gaffigan's head like, how much? I wonder how much of that was manipulated. So anyway, now he's hosting. He's the comedian who's hosting this Al Smith dinner, and this is the part that might end his career. But I don't think I think he went Ricky Gervais on them, big time. Because listen to this.
You know, this event has been referred to as the Catholic Met Gala. 22% of Americans identify as Catholic. Catholics will be a key demographic in every battleground state. I'm sorry, why is Vice President Harris not here?
Uh-oh. Look at this guy. Wait, can you see my cursor? Look at this dude's face. Yeah, you can see my cursor, right? Look at this dude's face. He's like, oh shit. And she's got like oh, whoops. All these people got the face on like, oh, damn. Oh, and then he's clapping now.
I mean, consider this. This is a room full of Catholics and Jews in New York City.
In New York City?
This is a layup for the Democratic nominee. I mean,
why isn't she there?
I mean, she did find time to appear on The View, Howard Stern, Colbert, and the longtime staple of campaigning, the Call Her Daddy podcast. President Biden couldn't be here tonight. The DNC made sure of that.
Oh, that's brutal! That is brutal! That is brutal! Oh my God! He's already dead.
That reads history. The media.
Now you forgot the other joke though. This is clips. The other thing he said about that, he goes, something about like even if Biden were here, he wouldn't really be here. He may cut that out.
Has begun discussing the phenomena of secret Trump voters. I don't know if you've heard about this. People who publicly say they would never vote for Trump, but then when they go in the voting booth, they do. It's a small group. They're called the Biden family.
Everybody liked that joke. Everybody liked that one. All right, so there's more. I mean, there's all kinds of clips of Jim Gaffigan, but I don't want to dwell on Jim. I want to go right to Mr. Donald Trump, because Donald Trump's speech at this thing was brilliant. And I'm not going to stop it a whole lot. I'll probably talk over it a little bit, so you might not hear all the jokes. But this is unbelievable. Yes, Marita Bartiromo was up there. I don't know who this is. I thought it was Martha Stewart, but it's not. There's a lot of people there. Anyway, here we go. Here's maybe. Go! Uh-oh. Why isn't it going? Is he going to work in Hot Pockets? No. Oh, real quick. Well, before I do this, thank you, Gunfox61, and you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Dropping a Hamilton in the tip jar. I don't know if I'll be able to get... Oh, Doomsday Clock strikes. One more step closer to war. North Korea sends troops to fight with Russia. What? 35 minutes ago. This is breaking news. North Korea started sending troops to fight with Russia in Ukraine. South Korea's spy agency has said Seoul warned of a grave security threat. The allegation comes a day after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said he believed 10,000 North Korean soldiers could join the war based on intelligence information. South Korea President Yoon Suk-yeol called for a security meeting on Friday and said the international community must respond with all available means. According to a spy agency, 1,500 troops have already arrived in Russia, with anonymous sources telling South Korea media the final figure could be closer to 12,000. This comes as evidence mounts that North Korea is supplying Russia with ammunition. It's recently demonstrated by the recovery of a missile in Ukraine's Poltava region. Moscow and Pyongyang have also been deepening their cooperation in recent months. Last week, North Korea leader Kim Jong-un greeted Russian President Vladimir Putin on his birthday, calling him his closest comrade. Now, this is fascinating. You know, because North Korean people basically starve, and they're sending troops to Russia. Holy fuck! Thank you, Gunfox. That's frightening. That's fucking frightening. Good. One step closer. Yeah, the doomsday clock is getting closer. All right, let's see if we can get this thing to work. Or has this been disabled? What the hell's going on here? All right, let's see if we can find another one. Oh. Oh my God. Now, as I'm doing this, look what I came across here. Here's a picture of Donald Trump in the Bronx at a black barbershop. See, now this is something I've been saying. Republicans got to stop being afraid of going into the hood or going into black areas. And Donald Trump don't give a fuck. He'll go wherever he wants to. Good morning, 9123. What? I love to see that, but that's not what I wanted to show you. I want to watch the Al Smith dinner, and I'm having trouble here. Let me find one that works if this one's not going to. Let's see, 29 seconds. Is this it? That's Gaffigan. I want all right, let's do it this way then. If we can't do it this way, we'll have to do it via YouTube. So let's see if we can get a YouTube clip. Hello, Andrew Thorson, by the way, too. All right, let me just do this real quick. That one worked earlier. I don't know what's wrong with it now. Al Smith, Trump, 2024. Here we go. Let's see if we can find full speech. Al Smith dinner. I don't want to do it on CNN though. Fuck CNN. Here we go. All right, here we go. And I'm not going to pause it because I need to get through this in a timely manner. But right now, he's next to Chuck Schumer. Bloomberg's in front of him.
They told me Under no circumstances are you allowed to use a teleprompter. And I got up here and I see there's this beautiful teleprompter. So here I am. But
Okay.
it is a tremendous thing. It's a tremendous dinner. I've come here with my father. So it was 3 times, but it was also
Is it a
many
little
times
blurry to you
before
all,
that,
or is it just me?
a long time ago, and it's a very special dinner. And you've done a fantastic job, Cardinal. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Let me try something here because I don't like that it's blurry. Let's see if there's another version. Let's go. Let's see if the Fox News version is better.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage, Mary Erdos.
That's good. Here we go. Let's do it here. We'll cut it.
That was a tremendous thing. It's a tremendous dinner. I've come here with my father.
Nope, that one's
So
only.
it was-
You know, can anyone get this right? A little blurry. Here, C-SPAN. Let's try C-SPAN.
First and only as much as
Let's find Donald Trump. Here we go. Let's see if this is better.
That's not an easy thing to do, especially when it's about time. Mayor Adams, I gave him his first. Thank you, everybody.
There we go. All right.
Teleprompter, and I.
It's just a
long
little
time
blurry.
ago,
It's just
and
going to
a
be
very
blurry. Who
special
cares?
Dinner, and you've done a fantastic job, Cardinal. Thank you.
You know what?
very
Here's what I'm
much.
gonna.
I appreciate it.
I'm going to do this. I am going to put this at a faster speed, just so I have more time. So we're going to do it at 1.5 speed. So it's going to sound a lot faster than he actually said it, but the jokes will be the same.
So I'd like to thank Your Eminence very much, and members of the clergy, so many people I know. Speaker of the House Johnson, what a job you're doing. He's done a great job. Senator Schumer, good. And I supported him. I don't know. He used to say that's true, and now I'm not sure he would, but I gave him his first check from an office in Beach Haven, and I was very proud of it. I don't know about lately. Now it was his first check. He was running, and I said, he's a good man. Senator Gillibrand, thank you very much. Thank you very much for working hard.
Kirsten Gillibrand.
Governor Hochul, wherever you may be up, this is a big day, that's right. Where is the governor? Good job. It's not an easy one, is it? But you're doing all right. We have to get a little money from the federal government, I have to tell you. It's about time. It's about time. Mayor Adams, good luck with everything. They went after
What up,
you.
this? You
They
hate
went after
speed
you,
ups? I hate them too.
Yeah, boy, I do that.
I'm going to go through the preliminary
9.5
stuff and
months
speed
ago, I
up.
said, and he just said something about the administration. He's going to be indicted any moment. And guess what happened? But you're going to win. I think you're going to win. I know you're going to win.
I'll go back to that because I talked over
Governor
it.
Hochul, wherever you may be up, this is a big day, that's right. Where is the governor?
It clears up in a second here.
Good job. It's not an easy one, is it? But you're doing all right. We have to get a little money from the federal government, I have to tell you. It's about time. It's about time. Mayor Adams, good luck with everything. They went after you. They went after you, Mayor. Yeah, boy, I do that.
That is funny.
9.5 months ago, I said, he just said something about the administration. He's going to be indicted any moment. And guess what happened? But you're going to win. I think you're going to win. I know you're going to win. So good luck. Good luck. I don't like what they do. I don't like what they do. And also distinguished, got so many friends up here. It's great. A lot of great friends. Some of my best friends. And you are right. They are distinguished and they are wealthy for the most part. A couple are having a hard time, but they're going to get over it. I also want to thank my very beautiful wife and thank you
patio
for
furniture
mentioning, but can you
and
believe
Episkibos.
that she did a book? And it's a really good book, and she worked hard on it.
She's number one on
And
the
it
New York
just
Times
became number
bestseller
one on
list.
the New York Times list, so I think that's okay. That's not an easy thing to do, especially when your name is Trump and you're on the New York Times list. That must be selling like hotcakes. But thank you for mentioning. I appreciate it. Good job you did. It's a true pleasure to be with you this evening. Amazing pleasure.
I don't know why they're having so much trouble to focus.
These days, it's really a pleasure anywhere in New York without a subpoena for my appearance. Anytime I don't get a subpoena, I'm very happy. They've gone after me, Mr. Mayor. You're peanuts compared to what they've done to me. And you're going to be okay. But I have to be careful, however, to understand that this will be the first time in the history of this event where jokes will be fact-checked, and they will be. And they will be. It's been a long tradition for both Democrat and Republican candidates for President of the United States to attend this dinner. Always it's a rule. You got to go to the dinner. You got to do it. Otherwise, bad things are going to happen to you from up there. You can't do what I just saw on that screen. But my opponent feels like she does not have to be here, which is deeply disrespectful to the event, and in particular to our great Catholic community. Very disrespectful.
Chuck's not happy about that. Neither's Bloomberg.
The last Democrat not to attend this important event was Walter Mondale, and it did not go very well for him. He lost 49 states, and he won one, Minnesota. So I said, there's no way I'm missing it. Actually, it was not easy for me to get here tonight. Because I wasn't going to miss this thing, no matter, I didn't care. I wasn't going to miss it. But that's true. Walter Mondale, 49-1. He was expected to do well, and it didn't work out. It shows you there is a God. I mean, for those people that are questioning it. I understand the real reason that she's not here is she's hunting with her running mate, spending a lot of time hunting. In any event, it's a weird. You know the word weird. They call me weird. They call JD weird. We're very solid people. This guy is calling us weird, but this was weird that the Democrat candidate is not here and with us tonight. I want to also congratulate somebody who's going to make us all healthy. RFK Jr., we love you. I don't see him. He's campaigning all over the place. He's campaigning. You're all over. Hello, you both. Nice to see you both. Doing a good job. He's a great guy, too. He really is. He's going to make us a healthier place. We're going to let him go wild for a little while. Then I'm going to have to maybe rein him back. Because he's got some pretty wild ideas, but most of them are really good, I think. He's a good man. And he believes the environment, the healthy people. He wants healthy people. He wants healthy food. And he's going to do it. He's going to have a big chance to do it.
Is Trump looking like Lloyd Bridges? Kind of.
I would not have missed the Al Smith dinner for anything in the world. I still remember coming here as a very young guy with my father, Fred. He was a great guy, my father. He was a tough cookie, but he had a very big heart. He was, anytime we'd walk down the street, and you don't see it too much anymore, there'd be people standing with tin cans, and he would always take out $100 and put it in that can. And I always thought it was beautiful. And frankly, I even think more so now it was beautiful, because nowadays you don't see it so much. But I miss him, and we used to come here very religiously. And a great New York tradition has been born 79 years ago. It was born 79 years ago, and there are some people that were here for almost that length. I know many of them, and it's not a pretty picture. Not a pretty picture. The two candidates for president are supposed to exchange good-natured barbs, and you know we get along very well. I didn't like Biden very much, and now I like him quite a bit. You know, and now I say that she's much worse than him. He was a much better candidate than her, actually. And when we hopefully win, dispose of her, I like her a lot, but right now I can't stand her. I can't stand her. I've never liked people that I was competing against. When you do, a lot of bad things happen. And we are doing well. By the way, the votes are starting to come in. You got to get out and vote. And Catholics, you got to vote for me. Just remember. You better remember I'm here, and she's not. I could have done that too. But you do something that's incredible, the Catholic Church, you're helping the poor, educating children, and supporting the vulnerable.
He picked the wrong week to stop
But if you really wanted Vice President Harris to accept your invitation, I guess you should have told her the funds were going to bail out the looters and rioters in Minneapolis, and she would have been here, guaranteed. She would have been here.
So
she would have been okay. She would have been okay with that. But I know this isn't my normal crowd tonight, because it just isn't. It's not my normal crowd. Believe me, my normal crowd is younger, has a lot more energy, but you have certain advantages too, like cash, lots of cash. But many of you are Manhattan liberals from the media and the Democrat Party. I always say the Democrat, you know, Chuck doesn't like that. He likes Democratic, and it sounds much more beautiful, the Democratic Party. I always say the Democrat Party because it sounds worse.
Even Chuck like that.
Why don't they just change the name? This way, you know, it is Democrat. But I must say I was shocked when I heard that Kamala was skipping the Al Smith dinner. I'd really hoped that she would come because we can't get enough of hearing her beautiful laugh. She laughs like crazy. We would recognize it any place.
And that's why she's not there. I'm just telling you, her staff said, nope, you ain't doing that because nobody wants to hear you laugh. And especially at your own damn jokes. That's why she's not there.
Place in this room, and all polls are indicating I'm leading big with the Catholic vote, as I should be, But I don't think Kamala has given up yet. She hasn't, instead of attending tonight.
This is awesome.
She's in Michigan receiving communion from Gretchen Whitmer.
That's brutal.
That's not a pretty sight. But Catholics, please don't be too insulted by Kamala's absence. If the Democrats, yeah, he says, thank you very much, I appreciate it. If Democrats really wanted to have someone not be with us this evening, they would have just sent Joe Biden.
Oh.
You know, he's having second thoughts, you know that, right? He wants to come back. If she does any worse in the polls, they're going to bring him back again, I think. Chuck, he's going to do it. He's the one that got him out. That's the guy. Much more so than Crazy Nancy, I will tell you. Because I know him. He did it. Joe has almost disappeared.
Now, did you see Chuck? Did you see Chuck's eyes? Chuck raised his eyes like, well, you know.
From view, the only way he could be seen less is if he had a show on CNN. They've got nothing. Fake news, right? Fake. That term wasn't good. You know, they say that term is no longer in vogue because it's much worse than fake. I don't want to tell you what the real name is. I won't do it because all those cameras would shut off immediately. They don't like that. But apparently Joe didn't think it was fair for me to have the podium to myself with Kamala skipping the event. So he called, looked at me, and said, don't. Does anybody understand that? Yeah. I thought it was actually very good until just now. It was announced this morning that at a funeral yesterday, in a rare moment of clarity, Joe told Barack Hussein Obama that, quote, only a few people got that. Or as Rush Limbaugh used to say, Barack Hussein Obama. Remember, bro? He was a piece of work. We miss him. But as he told Barack Hussein Obama, quote, she's not as strong as me. She's not as strong. Do you understand that? And Obama agreed, saying, that's true. Other than that, I think the Democrats are getting along quite well. Right? Nobody got that one. The fact is, we need new leadership in this country. Right now, we have someone in the White House who can barely talk, barely put together two coherent sentences, who seems to have mental faculties of a child, it's said. There's a person that has nothing going, no intelligence whatsoever, but enough about Kamala Harris. Let's get on to something. I know Kamala's word because she spends a lot of time complaining. I won't agree to another debate. But the truth is I've debated twice this year, once against Joe Biden and once against David Muir of ABC. That was amazing, 11 times. None for the other side. Do you think that's fair news? I don't think so. That's fake news. I don't know what's going to happen 3 weeks from now. It's going to be very interesting. It just started. It's actually, isn't it sort of exciting? Right? It really, isn't it just exciting what's going on? It's a process. It's a rough process, too. Not so pretty, and yet sometimes very beautiful. But the press is reporting the Democrats are starting to panic. They're panicking. They are panicking because, you know, the votes that are coming in very, very strong, a certain way. I won't tell you what way that is, but Chuck Schumer is here looking very glum. Doesn't he look glum? He looks glum. But look on the bright side, Chuck, considering how woke your party has become. If Kamala loses, you still have a chance to become the first woman president. And I actually said, do you mind if I do that? He said, no, you got to do what you got to do. He's a pro. He's a professional. No.
Even Chuck had a hard time
actually.
holding back on that one.
Don't ever use it against me, please. They'll say, this dinner was really setting me back when I say it now. But I've known him a long time. There's a group called White Dudes for Harris. Have you seen this?
Okay,
White
this
Dudes
is...
for Harris. Anybody know? Are some of you here? White Dudes for Harris? Doesn't sound like it. But I'm not worried about them at all because their wives and their wives' lovers are all voting for me. Every one of those people.
That was the best joke of the night. Thank you, Reaction Puerto Rico. Trump is in tip-top playoff form. Hold on.
So poorly.
He said Trump is
really
Trump is in really tip-top playoff form. Thank you, Reaction Puerto Rico, dropping the $1.99 in the tip jar. That might have been the best joke of the night.
Harris, have you seen this? White
I'm gonna
Dudes
play it
for
again.
Harris. Anybody know? Are some of you here? White Dudes for Harris? Doesn't sound like it.
Hello, Evan Mays.
But I'm not worried
Macy.
about them at all because their wives and their wives' lovers are all voting for me.
That is brutal.
Every one of those people is voting for me. And as you may have
It's
seen,
funny 'cause
Kamala did an
Bloomberg
interview
is
on
stone-faced.
Fox News yesterday. It went so poorly for her that the Democrats have been forced to install another 100 drop boxes throughout the city. And the upside really is Kamala now sees the benefit of deportation. She wants to deport people. She's vicious. She wants to deport people, and she wants to start by deporting Brett Baer of Fox. It's an interesting interview last night. Huh? A major issue in this race is child care, and Kamala has put forward a concept of a plan. A lot of people don't like it. The only piece of advice I would have for her in the event that she wins would be not to let her husband, Doug, anywhere near the nannies. Just keep them away. That's a nasty one. That's nasty. I told these idiots that gave me this stuff, that's too tough. Oh, I did. You know, they told me the last time I did this, I was running against Crooked Hillary. And, I mean Hillary. No, I was running against Crooked Hillary and I did it. And I thought it was a roast. So I was told it's a roast. And I had the meanest guy you've ever seen write stuff up. And man, was the room angry. Even the Cardinal remembers. I went overboard. Don't you agree, Cardinal? It was like terrible. And I knew I was in trouble around midway through because, you know, people had not, even my own side was angry at me. They were saying it's too much. But I did it anyway. I didn't give it. Campaigning can take a toll on a family and family life.
Holy
although
shit.
I hear that Kamala and her husband carve out some really beautiful alone time at the end of the day for an intimate dinner, just Doug, her, and a teleprompter that she uses quite well. And by the way, she wouldn't have liked this tonight if she was told about no teleprompter. I can't believe I saw a teleprompter. They said they've never had a teleprompter in the history of this dinner. I told that to the Cardinal, right? And then a teleprompter pops up for, he must be a very important comedian to get that. They give you one, but not me. How about that one? Huh? Come here. Yeah, and you did a good job. Tradition holds that I'm supposed to tell a few self-deprecating jokes this evening. So here it goes. Nope. I've got nothing. I've got nothing. There's nothing to say.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
I guess I just don't see the point of taking shots at myself when other people have been shooting at me for a hell of a long time and they shoot at. You know, they say about presidents, they say that Andrew Jackson was the president that was the most meanly treated. His wife died. She died of heartache. She was heartbroken at the way they treated him. And they say that second was Abraham Lincoln, but he was in charge of a civil war, you know. So, but those were the two, Andrew Jackson. Up until me, now they say it's not even close. There's never been a president that's been treated so badly as me, and our people aren't happy about it. But I was treated a little bit rough. But I don't mind it somehow, and I think it's just part of the game. I'd like to thank our MC this evening, Jim Gaffigan. Most recently, Jim has been playing Tim Walsh on Saturday Night Live. And that'll be a very short gig, I hope, Jim. But it was fun while it lasted, wasn't it?
Now, I wonder how much of this he wrote himself.
It better be quick. We don't want him, and I'm not going to say anymore. But unfortunately, Governor Walsh isn't here himself, but don't worry, he'll say that he was. He's going to say he was. I used to think the Democrats were crazy for saying
brilliant.
that men have periods, but then I met Tim Walsh. The stupid show, The View, is so bad now that the other day I was watching it and thinking to myself, you know what? They really need to bring Rosie O'Donnell back. That show is bad. Those people are bad. I know every one of them, and they are bad news, I want to tell you. And it doesn't do very well either. I always like to say, ratings are very important. When they don't do well, it doesn't do very well. As I look around the dais, I see all of the usual suspects. For instance, Mayor Adams. I'd like to poke some fun at Eric, but I'm going to be nice. I just want to be nice because I know what it's like to be persecuted by the DOJ for speaking out against open borders. We were persecuted, Eric. I was persecuted, and so are you, Eric. The mayor's dietary restrictions are well known, but I've got to say, I've never met a person who's a vegan who liked turkey so much. There's something about him with turkey. I just found that out today,
joke.
and I haven't been in New York that much.
Anyone know the joke on that?
Don't let it be back. You're going to win, Eric. We have another former New York City mayor with us, frankly, easily the worst in our history. And it's not Michael, that I can tell you. I'm surprised that Bill de Blasio was actually able to make it tonight, to be honest. He was a terrible mayor. I don't give a shit if this is comedy or not. He was a terrible mayor. He did
my God, he swore in front of the Cardinal.
He did a horrible job. That's not comedy, by the way, that's fact. But unlike the rest of New York, at least Bill doesn't have to worry about the criminals. They owe him big. He let them get away with a lot of stuff. Well, I'd better wrap up.
He took
because
bribes from
Adams told
Turkey.
me
Okay.
earlier that I
Got
needed
it.
to make this one very quick, especially the city has reserved this room for a large group of illegal aliens coming in from Texas. That's right, they've reserved many rooms, a lot of rooms, too many rooms. But in all seriousness, it's an honor to be here to support the city and the community. It's a great community that I love. I've been here a long time, and I love it. And then it's going to make a big comeback, and I'm going to help it make a comeback. I'm going to win, and I'm going to make a comeback. We're going to turn this thing around. And I want to pay tribute to a really incredible man, a man who was a tremendous politician. And actually, the fact that he was Catholic it probably did him in, right? It probably, nobody knows for sure. But he was a great guy, Al Smith, great guy. Everyone says it, happy warrior. I've said before that I'll say it again as many times as I have to, directly to the mayor and the governor. If I have the honor to be elected next month, we're going to see what happens. It's happening so fast, but if I have the honor, I look forward to working together to make this city greater than ever before. We're going to do that. We're going to be focused on. I'll work with the governor. I'll work with the mayor, Democrats. I will work with them. I work with whoever I have to, and we will even work very hard to bring back the SALT tax deduction. We're going to bring it back. We're going to bring it back. We're going to get that thing going, Chuck, okay? I actually thought about not doing jokes tonight. I was going to come out here and say, listen, Our country is doing very badly. This is not about jokes. And then some person said, you have to do jokes. I said, I don't want to. There's nothing funny about what's happening to our country. And I actually meant that. I was going to do that. But they convinced me to say some of the things I said tonight. I don't know if they were funny or not, but hey, you think this is easy standing up here and doing this? In front of half a room that hates my guts and the other half loves me? Half of us love me. Well, maybe it's, I think 75% love me. But I actually do. I did think about that. And our country is doing very badly with respect to its open borders and inflation, crushing things happening in the Middle East and Ukraine. It's so sad to see what's happening in Ukraine. Wow. I had a lot of people very religious people come up to me tonight from Ukraine, and they're asking me for help. So sad to see so many people have been killed in Ukraine, and we're going to get it settled up if we win. As I'm president-elect, I'm going to get that done. I'm going to do it before we ever get back. We have to get it stopped. Too much killing. It's killing, and all of those cities are coming crashing down. Those beautiful golden domes are crashing down on their sides. They're so sad to see. The whole thing is so sad. So we're going to be, for all those people, there's so many people came up to the dais, and religious people from Ukraine, and I'm going to say, and I told them, don't worry, we're going to get it stopped. It's too bad it ever started. It should have never started. It wouldn't have started. But we're going to have our country respected again. We're going to make sure that it's respected, and we're going to go out and do very good things for ourselves as a country and for the world. These are challenging times for our beautiful USA, but I'm committed to working with every partner here in New York and all across the nation to build an America that once again is strong and safe and proud and prosperous and free. We're going to make sure together we can create a future defined by great ambitions and grand achievements that once again inspires the dreams of our children, brings back the American dream. You don't hear about the American dream anymore. We're going to make it possible for them to have the American dream. This is a very religious evening to me. It really is. It represents so much. My sister was somebody that loved the church and gave to the church. The cardinal knew that. Had a certain priest that she thought was incredible, right? A certain very, very fine man that she thought was incredible. Having recently, myself, survived 2 assassination attempts. They survived. I have a chart that went down to the right. Fortunately, I looked at it's my all-time favorite piece of paper. But it went down, and I looked to the right, and I said, you know, was that luck? What was that, luck, or was that God that did that? And I think it was God that did that. I do. But I have a very fresh, Cardinal, I have a very fresh appreciation for how blessed we are by God's providence and his divine mercy. I mean, that was something, I was not supposed to be here tonight. That I can tell you. So with God's help, I know there is nothing that cannot be achieved. We can achieve so much good with this country and get together and unify.
An interesting bit of contrition
from
Trump
Smith
there.
Foundation for its noble work, and I want to express my tremendous gratitude to the Catholic community. It's a great community. It's a community I've gotten along with all my life. I tell you, when I was president, I was in the Oval Office, and I got a call from the Cardinal, and he said, we need help. It was during the China virus. I want to be accurate when I describe it. And he said, we need help. Our schools are in devastating shape. They needed much more than $1 billion. I won't even tell you the number, but much more than $1 billion. But I've known the community, and I've known the schools. I know so many people that were educated in the Catholic school system, and they are great, and they just speak with it like with love, much more so than almost any system that I've seen. And he said, sir, we have a big problem. We need a number of billions of dollars, or we're going to have to close down the New York school system, the whole system in New York.
Right.
And I said, give me 15 minutes. I think I can find it. And we gave him billions of dollars. And you know what? He stayed open, and they thrived. And to this day, I hear you did just about the best job there is in education. So And that was always an honor. That was always. And every time he sees me, he says, "Thank you very much." I said, "I know what you're talking about, but we worked together. We were a good partnership, right? We got that money in about 15 minutes, billions, and it was
I
put
don't
to
know
very
what
good
he's
use.
talking
But
about there.
I just want to thank everybody. This is a special evening. It's a very serious evening, I think. We have some serious problems in the world.
Okay, I'm going to cut it off because now he's just saying thank yous and they give him a standing ovation. I want to move on to Kamala Harris's contribution. Now, obviously, this dinner, this is a traditional dinner they have, which is a huge fundraiser for Catholic charities. And I personally have a personal affinity for Catholic charities because that's the agency that handled my adoption when I was 4 years old. And so I know some of the work they do. I know obviously there's other issues with the Catholic Church and all that, but Catholic charities basically gave me my life. And so I can never knock Catholic charities. They do a lot of good work, despite other problems with the Catholic Church. Now, so the idea of this evening was supposed to be that both candidates show up, they tell jokes, whatever, sometimes at each other, sometimes self-deprecating humor. So Kamala Harris couldn't make it. We're not sure why. Obviously, she could make other strange choices of places to be interviewed, but she did send in a video for this event. And yes, I will still do Q&A today. Well, I was never in the Catholic Church. That's the thing. That's not true. Okay, so I was baptized Catholic because my mother was Catholic, and she was in a girls' woman. They used to have homes where the women got sent away when they were pregnant, and so she got sent to St. Paul, Minnesota. And actually, I was baptized in the cathedral in St. Paul, which is this beautiful giant building. And I didn't know that until I was, almost 40 years old. But yeah, so I guess I was in the Catholic Church when I was born, but my family that I was adopted by, I grew up in the Episcopal Church, which is kind of Catholic light, right? Anyway, Kamala Harris did make a contribution to the Al Smith dinner, and I think, I'll let you decide if this is what they meant to happen at this particular event. So here's Kamala Harris's contribution to the Al Smith dinner.
Your Eminence and distinguished guests, the Al Smith dinner provides a rare opportunity to set aside partisanship.
Cool. Oh, sorry.
Hey, what's going on? Who was that?
Oh, sorry, Mary Kathleen Gallagher. Mary Kathleen Gallagher. It's so nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Okay, now. Okay, I got a quick question for you. And you probably do. Here we go. Do you know who this character? Okay, first question. Do you know who this character is? That's the first poll of the day. Okay, here we go. Now I do because I'm old enough to know it. Some of you do, but here we go.
Dear Mary Catherine, right now I'm trying to record my speech for tonight's dinner.
Oh, yeah, I know. I just want to say that I'm Catholic, and tonight is one of the biggest dinners next to the Last Supper.
It is.
Okay. This thing froze on me.
A very important dinner, and it's an important tradition that I'm...
Okay, I don't know why it's doing this. This skit was this old Saturday Night Live skit. And I didn't think it was all that funny at the time.
So proud to be a part of.
Sometimes when I get
nervous. This is how you get, is this how you connect with the kids these days? Dig up some shit from 1999, Saturday Night Live. I'm so confused.
I stick my fingers under my arms and I simmer them like that.
Yeah, for whatever reason, this is not playing very well. Let's see if I can get it to work.
That's gross.
So tell me something. I'm giving a speech. Do you have some thoughts about what I might say tonight?
My feelings about what you should say tonight would be best expressed in a monologue from one of my favorite made-for-TV series.
Okay, let's hear it.
Don't you see, man? We need a woman to represent us. A woman brings more heart, more compassion. And think how smart she must be to become a top contender.
Does anybody think this is even remotely in the spirit?
You're in a field dominated by men. It's time for a woman, bro. And with this woman, we can fly.
What series was that from?
Oh, that's from House of Dragons, now streaming on HBO Max.
Is there anything that you think that maybe I shouldn't bring up tonight?
Well, don't lie. Thou shalt not bear false witness to thy neighbor.
Indeed.
I know it's choppy, but it's only a few minutes, guys. I know it's that bad.
Especially thy neighbor's election results.
Just so you know, there will be a fact checker there tonight.
Oh, that's great. Who?
It is,
Jesus. And maybe don't say anything negative about Catholics.
So, this is so bad. But again, the reason it's not working, so I'm gonna just leave it off. The whole thing goes like this. It's this bad the whole way through. And then she makes a little speech at the end that says nothing funny whatsoever. Now, fuck that shit. And my first thought was, if you didn't see the suite already, I said, so let's put this in a different situation. So the teacher says, I want you to design and build a working model of a volcano. And then 3 weeks later, the student comes back and says, today I present my windmill made out of tongue depressors. She didn't understand the assignment. But again, I'm telling you that the reason her staff would not allow her to do this dinner is because one of the things they realize is that her laugh at things that aren't funny and it's uncontrollable do not make her look good. So there's no freaking way she would be able to do an Al Smith dinner without looking like an idiot. That's all I can think of right now. That's all I can think of. That her staff said, "Oh hell no, we ain't doing this." So, but majority of you knew who it was. But that skit on Saturday Night Live back in the day, it was like one of those skits. It's kind of typical Saturday Night Live where you go, the character's a little bit humorous. They did a whole movie centered around this stupid character. It was humorous, but it wasn't funny. You know what I mean? You go, oh yeah, that's kind of cute, or whatever. So anyway, it's in the links. God help you if you can get through it all without complete cringe, or someone said back numbing cringe or something back there. Spine snapping cringe. Yeah, it's spine snapping cringe. But yeah. So anyway, and also Jim Gaffigan's whole shticks there. You'll find it in these links. I got links to everything. So let's go ahead and do Q&A and get the hell out of Dodge. By the way, I'm going to go ahead and let me set up the links so I can quickly give them to you. By the way, thank you to the people who are supporting the show through just through tweeting the show. Green Badger Outdoors, Somnambule Nation, Reaction Puerto Rico, Mr. X51, and Somnambule Nation. Thank you so much. So let's go ahead and do Q&A. Get the hell out of here. What is this? Oh, this is the North Korea thing. Thank you, Gunfox, also for contributing an extra article here. Let me just do this real quick because this will make it a lot faster for the end of the show. There we go. All right, let's do Friday Q&A. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for Friday Q and A. All right, I got my sip of coffee. Here we go. Thank you. Sip of coffee. Sip of coffee. Easy for me to say. Thank you, Avocados Diablo, for making the spacers. First question of the day is from Lord Stanhope, who asks, why would you assume Cammy thinks? Well, I think every mammal on the planet has to think at some point, right? The deer in the woods, has to be watching for wolves and other predators. So they think, I didn't say how well they think. Sometimes it's just instinct. Sometimes it's just, well, it's because they have to. So who knows? But thank you for the question. Also, Lord Stanhope has a second question who says, are you having a delightful week? I am. I've been, by the way, if you haven't been on my other channel, the Marty Got Jokes, I've been posting some of my birthday card roulette jokes because my daughter did 60 cards for my 60th birthday. But only one of them was a birthday card and the rest were all dad jokes. She wrote them out by hand and we've been doing little videos, me opening them just with random people and a couple with my daughter and just some with family and stuff. So that series is going to go on for at least 52 more cards. Although she thinks she might have accidentally put like 63 instead of 60, but so that's fun. And then this weekend we're gonna go down and watch see fall colors in southern Minnesota this time in a beautiful area of Minnesota. Lord Stanham asks, I was able to get 24 drumsticks for $10. Turns out pigeon tastes better than chicken. Oh my God, that's. Avocados Diablo says, have you ever gone out to get your mail in the winter in shorts and no shirt, slipped on the ice, fallen in a snowdrift, and realized you had an erection? Wow. AD?
Your life makes me sad.
A little much information there. Okay. Kara Soldier asks, have you seen any of the Tom Clancy films? If so, which was your favorite? I really liked, what was the one? Time to Kill? No, that's Steven Seagal. What's the one? The one with Samuel L. Clancy movies. Oh wait, no, I haven't seen any Clancy movies that I can think of. Other than isn't Hunt for Red October Clancy? That's the only one I can think of. I've probably seen Clancy movies and not realized they were Clancy movies. Yeah, I was thinking of the lawyer guy. That's not that. That's anyway. But yeah, so I don't know which are which, but yeah, I'm sure I've seen some of them. Carousel, have you ever watched County Monte Cristo? Which was your favorite version? The only version I've seen was in black and white. And I know there was one, was Leonardo DiCaprio in one of those Count Monte Cristo movies? But Clear and Present Danger. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a Clancy movie. I like that one. And Hunt for Red October is one, yes. Clear and Present Danger good, but I really liked Hunt for Red October because that was the first one that I knew was a Clancy movie. And I thought that was a brilliant movie. Let's see. What is that about? Count Monte Cristo. Yeah, I'm not sure. Who is he? Oh yeah, I forgot about Jack. I see Jack Ryan's Clancy too. I don't know. I've even read a Clancy book, but I can't remember which one. Lord Stanham says, you stated in a previous interview that cybernetic organisms are tools and not people. What if said organisms had human brains instead of CPUs? Well, I don't recall stating that, and I don't know how you fit a human brain into any kind of cybernetic organism. But they'll figure it out someday, and then you'll live forever until your brain deteriorates, or if there's too much fat around it or something. I don't know. But if they were human brains, well, I suppose it'd be like the $6 Million Man, right? He was part cybernetic organism, right? But isn't a cybernetic organism an oxymoron? There's a question for you. Avocado Diablo asks, if you were trapped in a desert without any water along with an AIDS patient and someone with leprosy, which one would you drain the blood from first to stop from dying of dehydration? Well, first you'd have to, recycling your own pee would be the first choice, but I don't know if I would drain the blood from any of them because that's just gonna make you more thirsty. So I guess I would just die of dehydration. Avocado Diablo says, where's the strangest place you have ever found a random dildo? Avocado Diablo, I'm beginning to wonder about some of these questions you come up with. Because I gotta be honest, I don't know that I've ever found a random dildo. Okay, now I remember dating a girl once that I came across a dildo in a drawer, but I was like, well, holy shit. I'm screwed. Anyway, but no, random dildos? I'm just curious. Where are you finding random dildos? Lord Stanhope, you have insulted Mr. Alex James Murphy, also known as RoboCop. He proceeds to tear off your legs and beat you with your feet. What song is playing in the background? Oh, probably. What's that? This killing in the name of killing in the name of, who does that song? I can't remember. That's the song that's playing. Avocados Diabli, at what point does your neck become the back of your head? Oh, that's a good question. Probably in that little part where your skull is there. Like when you go up your neck and then all of a sudden you feel this bump, it's your skull. So that's probably where the point. Lord Stand-Up, since you have turned your back on the church, you're going to be sacrificed by pagans to one of their gods. You can spend several years before with said god before passing on. Which god do you go with? Well, first of all, I haven't turned my back on the church. I mean, I'm full frontal with the church, but I just don't participate as much. That didn't sound right. Avocados Diabli, other than salt, what do you think is the second most delicious rock? The only other one I could think of was Chris Rock, but he tastes like shit, so I don't know. Avocados Diabli, if you could clone your own mutant army of animals, what animal would you choose and how would you mutate it? I would probably have lions with giant lobster claws for front feet. Or maybe cheetahs, because they're faster and you wouldn't be able to get away from them motherfuckers. Lord Stanhope asks, was baby AOC smarter than adult AOC? It was a tie. I'm just saying. Avocados Diabli, aren't abortions just separating parents from children? Oh my God. Fuck. I read that out loud. Yeah, it kind of is. Where's the rest of that question? I thought that was a good thing. Holy shit. Damn, that's as bad as, that's as harsh as one of Trump's jokes. Here, you get one of these. By the way, what do you get when you cross a cow? Speaking of the mutant army of animals, what do you get when you cross a cow with an octopus? You get a visit from the ethics committee and loss of your grant funding. There you go. That's a dad joke that I just did on my other channel. How much? Lord Stanhope, how much you want to bet the celebrities backing Cammie were on someone like Puffy's list? Oh, I'm certain plenty of them. You know, some of them have fled the country, except for Kanye. Now, Kanye, he's got some troubles with that going on. By the way, there's been a number of celebrities who have left the country since P. Diddy's arrest. And I'm talking DiCaprio. I'm talking Kanye. I'm talking Jay-Z and Beyonce just happened to take an extended vacation out of the country. There's several celebrities who have left, and the they might have a day of reckoning coming. And I'm spelled R-E-C-K. W-R-E-C-K, not wreck. What did I say? Not reckoning. Wreck, as in they're going to get wrecked. W-R-E-C-K. Anyway, who is your? Carousel says, where's your favorite place to go for chicken wings? Two places. I have two choices. One, I love Bonchon. I don't know if you have Bonchon where you live. They're Korean style fried chicken, and they do these great chicken wings. And there's also a place in Oakdale, Minnesota called D Spot, and they have really good wings. But I think maybe Bonchon might be my favorite. We go there quite a bit. Larry Stanhope, who, if anyone, if not wish, would greatly appreciate who, if anyone, if not wish, would greatly appreciate spontaneously combusting? I'm not sure I understand the question. That I would wish would spontaneously combust. Chuck Schumer wouldn't be a bad one. It's time, Chuck. Avocados Diablo, who's the better piano playing Fats? Fats Domino or Fats Waller? Ooh, it's got Fats Waller. Come on. Fats Domino is just a lot of the same chords, playing them a lot of times and changing the chords, whereas Fats Waller was, he was all over the place. He was like a jazz pianist, whereas Fats Domino's just played chords and over. Let's see. Here we go. Avocado Diablo, when does Bubba Smith get a charity event? That's funny. That is good. I don't know. I'm surprised he hasn't got one already. Lord Stanhope, anyone you know of who you would wish perpetual prosperity on? No family members. You should already wish that for your kids. Oh boy. So in my family, when I was growing up, my neighbors, they are 4 boys and a girl. Rory, David, Danny, and Billy, and Bridget, and the Murphys. And Rory was my age, one of my best friends. And he passed away about a year ago. His brother David passed away 5 years ago. His brother Billy just passed away 2 days ago. And so the only 2 are left are Danny and Bridget and their mom. Their mom has buried 3 of her 5 kids. She's probably pushing 90 years old. She's had 3 of her kids die before her. And I'm still close with the family, just online. I communicate with them a little bit. And Bridget's son is a really cool kid, at least as far as I can tell. He's a football player. He's a high school senior. And if there's anything that I could wish is that her son has perpetual prosperity, and then maybe with the rest of, somehow help everyone else in the family. Because all of the kids have kids. Corrine, the mom, I think has like 18 grandkids, something like that. And I would hope that just somebody in that family would have perpetual prosperity. Love them. They're definitely some of my favorite people in the world. Okay, that was a serious question. That was a good one. Avocado Stabby, if during zombie apocalypse a vampire offers you protection, do you trust it? Well, here's the thing. During a zombie apocalypse, a vampire wouldn't have to eat me unless, of course, or, take my blood. And look, if the vampire, well, here's the thing. If the vampire's offering me protection, it probably turned me into a vampire. So why not? I mean, fuck, I'd rather be a vampire than, getting eaten by a zombie. I guess, it would work. Andrew Thorson, pumpkin or apple pie? Either one. I don't care. I like sweet potato pie. I make sweet potato pies myself. But I'm kind of getting away from eating any kind of sweets anymore. I don't eat a lot of sweets anymore. That's probably why I've lost 35 pounds in the last year. Lord Stanhope, what's for dinner tonight? Well, Lady Boomer's going to a concert with a friend, so I may just make a couple burgers on the grill. Boneheaded Dumbass, how many licks does it take? Only certain people will ever know the answer to that. Stop. Lord Stanhope, is there anyone you wish fatal hemorrhoids on? Wow, fatal hemorrhoids. Ew, that'd be harsh. I'm gonna avoid the answer to that question because there is somebody, but that would not be politically correct. Lord Stanhope asks, if you were captured by cannibals, what part of you do you want them to eat first? My toenails, because the fungus under one of them would probably kill them. Oh, gross! Oh, don't ever tell my wife that I told that joke. She hates feet. Lord Stand Up, if you're given a gift until you die, you will be perpetually tanned. You're given a gift until you die, you will be. There's no question there. I have no idea. What's the question? God damn it! I think you accidentally forgot the question part. Oh, someone even down here asked, was that even a question? Oh my God, there's so many questions on here. I'm out of time. Hang on. Okay, I'm going to do this fast. Lord Stand Up, will you have a good weekend? Of course. Select a boy. Is it possible the Vikings can win the Super Bowl with Sam Darnold? Possible, but it won't happen because they're the Vikings and Vikings fans are perpetually pessimistic. Andrew Thorsten, Greater Lake, Erie or Huron? Well, I think they finally cleaned up Lake Erie, but I would say Lake Huron because that's where Cedar Point is. Yeah, baby. Although Lake Erie does have Niagara Falls. So anyway, I don't know. I've never been to Lake. You know what? Here's the problem. Lake Erie is the only Great Lake I have never been to. So it's hard to say. Lord Stanhope, do you feel ashamed showing us Cammy's skit? It was embarrassing, I gotta be honest. And you can watch the rest yourself. If you want to subject yourself to that, it didn't get any better. Avocados Diablo, if she wanted to bring back old SNL characters, she should have brought back Father Guido Sarducci. Oh, yeah, right? For the fucking Al Smith dinner? That would have been fire. Although I never thought he was funny either. Selected Boy, does it seem kind of odd that the Dems are making not voting for their installed candidate too easy? Are they not? Like, they're trying, though. They really are. They really are trying to, they're really trying to just take away any voting laws that might, deter illegal immigrants. Avocados Diablo, was that even a question? I'm pretty sure you're talking about the question above. No, it wasn't. Lord Stand Up, does Cammy have that disorder of Arthur Fleck suffered from Joker? I don't know because I haven't seen Joker. I'm the only person. Am I the only person in America who hasn't seen it? Avocados Diablo, you ever met your doppelganger? No, but I've been told I look like him. Avocados Diablo, have you ever played Go Fish with a dead colonel from the Continental Army? What the fuck does that even mean? No. Selected Boy, how many windmills would it take to stop a Category 5 hurricane? I think it'd be the other way around. How many hurricanes would it take to stop a windmill? I don't know. Let's select a boy. If you had to choose a time period to live in, which would you choose? You know what? I'm happy being in the modern times. Maybe go back 40 years and start over because I love the 80s and 90s. Select a boy between Horus and Anubis. Who would you choose to save you from the mummy's curse? I don't know either of those. I don't think. Roasted Opinions, does Biden have a policy problem, a communication problem, an image problem, or some mix of these? He has a cognitive problem. So there you go. That's my answer. I'm sticking to it. JB, did you ever skateboard? Yes, but not well. Avocados Diablo, if you go to a corn maze, is a lighter considered appropriate way to find your way out? Yeah, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Select a boy, who can kill it as a singer? Luther Vandross or Freddie Jackson? Oh, wow, that's a tough choice. I'm gonna go with Luther. Avocados Diablo, if when you die your sin was turned into leather, what would you want it made into? Have you ever seen the hot chicks on the horses in I don't know if it's Mexico or whatever, but they do the hot chicks on horses thing? Like, look up hot chicks on horses on YouTube, which I very accidentally came across. I'd make it in one of those saddles, baby. God, I'm sick. And then the last few questions. Okay, here we go. If you, JB, if you could fly, wouldn't you be slightly freaked out one day mid-flight, it would be taken away. Ooh, never thought of that. Luther Campbell. I see Luther Campbell down there. That's funny. Yeah, maybe. But it depends. If I was able to fly from go, no. But if it was something that was suddenly granted to me and all of a sudden I'm flying, I'd be like, how far do I want to go up in the air in case this gets taken away? So yes, that would be a concern. Avocado Diabli, is this the last question? No. But this one is. Kara Soldier asks, which SNL movie was your favorite? And you're going to hate me for this one, but I did like Night at the Roxbury, and it was so stupid, but I found it humorous how they developed those characters. So there you go. That's it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was the question on Friday Q&A. Thank you, everybody. I gotta go. Oh, I forgot about wait, stop. Whoa. I forgot about the fucking Blues Brothers. I can't believe I did that. It is definitely the Blues Brothers. I did like Night at the Roxbury though, but yeah, the Blues, I see you're going way back. Coneheads I thought was stupid. There were some others, but yes, Night at the Roxbury. All right, that's it. Here's the links for today. I'm not even gonna, there they are. There's the links. I gotta go. Thanks, guys. My name is Dawg Knight. We'll see you on Monday. I'm out of here. Bye. Hey, this is Dawg Knight, and thank you for watching today on the Dawg Knight Channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here.